one of the biggest strikes against the Nation of Islam between then, when Malcolm X was around, and now is the whole way that the situation with Malcolm X and his departure from the Nation of Islam played out. In spite of all of the emphasis on self determination and cleanliness and responsibility and doing for yourself and this and that and the other, which are all great things to be espousing. After all of that, just because this guy decided that he no longer fit in this organization, and on his way out the door decided to air just a little bit of dirty laundry about the NOI's leader, just instantaneously the goons came out of the walls from within this organization and murdered the guy just because, over that. Where's the notion that the organization is bigger than any one individual? This most organizations that have staying power or whatnot or significance, that's typically what you tend to hear, is that this organization is bigger than any one man or any one woman or whatever. It's usually what happens when something like this comes out, and people tend to rally around the flag more so than the person who's been exposed. The organization, as far as I can tell, is setting themselves up for the same thing. I mean, you look at all the attention that Farrakhan garners. It's all him. I mean, what would happen if something were to be exposed about him? Or is it going to be the same kind of madhouse that we saw when Malcolm decided he was done with it and wanted to let everybody know why? I don't know. Why it is that people are able to look past this. I guess it's because of the other things that the organization is able to promote. I mean, which is so desperately needed, obviously, in especially the inner city. All of the vitriol, about white people and devils and the Jews and the this and the that, and it's just ridiculous, and the whole thing is just reduced to almost nothing. I mean, obviously, the people who, for whatever reason, over the decades since then, who've signed on and who've been swept into the movement, have been able to look past this. But I mean, there's already an uphill climb as it was. Even if they hadn't gone in and killed a guy, it was just going to be an uphill climb. I mean, it's great to talk about self-reliance and self-determination and ownership and learning and everything, the whole ball of wax. But if you're going to overlay all of that with some of the insanity that's come from the mouths of some of these guys, what can you expect to have as an outcome? But anyway, I'm digressing slightly from the point, which is that the whole NOI thing is just really just in the margins, and it's almost a footnote. If you ask me, in history, and this whole push to uplift the race has just been reduced almost to nothing with what's been laid over the top of it.